Welcome to the Skratcher Podcast, Season 4, Episode 4. Big shouts out to everyone who's been tuning in. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and drop a comment. Today's house is Jointz and Jovie J. Today we've got a Toronto-based DJ turntablist, a 3-time Canadian DMC champion, 2022, 2023, and 2024. First woman in history to win 3 consecutive titles and to ever achieve this in DMC world history. Not finished yet. She's also the only woman to competed in 4 major international competitions: DMC World, IDA World, Goldie Awards, and Red Bull 3 Style. Skratcher Podcast is proud to present to you our homegirl, Deejay T-Jr. Yay!
Yo,
Let's
what an
go.
intro. I think you're going to be my PR from now on. I like it.
That's what's up.
Let's go.
That's what's up.
Thanks for having me. I'm good.
Yo.
You know, just came back from Asia, was out there hosting the DMC World Finals. Then I played in Malaysia. Now I'm back. So, man, what a year. I actually, you know, I thought back to this year. And, you know, obviously I've been competing for a number of years, but my goal was always to play internationally after I accomplished what I needed to in the battle realm. And so when I look at it, I'm like, yo, I've almost been in a different, you know, city or country every month of the year this year.
Damn.
And I didn't, you know, it's not like some of it was planned, some was, you know, unplanned and God works. But I was like, this is exactly what I wanted, you know? So it's been a blessing, man. It's been a blessing.
See, honestly, man, this is a special interview because I've seen your arc almost like from the start.
From the start.
Down, like, and now, like, started from the bottom, now we here kind of thing, right?
Facts.
So yeah, this is kind of special to me, seeing you do and accomplish the things that you've done, not only as like a homegirl from Toronto, but also like a woman, first woman in history to accomplish such great feat from the DMC's perspective, right? But yo, let's go back to roots, okay? So
Yeah.
this is you in around 2010 when we first met. What kind of pushed you to go into that direction? Like, what was going on through your life? Like, what happened? Because I know I was with you when you got your 56 or 57 from like Played a Record back then. And you called it. Like, when I met you, you said, yo, I'm gonna win DMCs, and you called it right before, like right out the gate. This girl came in hard saying, yo, I'm gonna win. But what drove you to even say that? Like, what did you watch? What did you see? What gave you that push?
Yo, you know what? It's, man, so many things, but I think that my earliest memory is just I had so much love for music. My earliest memories is that I just always had that burning fire inside of me for music. That was before the concept of DJing, before I didn't even want to be a DJ. Like, people wanted me to be a DJ, and I was like, yo, I don't care about all that, you know. And I was intimidated first when, you know, I had turntables in front of me and I was learning on vinyl, because the person that was, you know, sort of they were mentoring me, it was they started on vinyl, and they're, you know, they grew up in the 70s, and I was like, this isn't fun. Like, he didn't you know, I was like, it was so difficult to beat match. The first time that I touched turntables, I was learning to beat match, but I didn't know what that even meant back then. And I think the person that was sort of showing me wasn't really showing me. And that's not a slight. I'm just saying, like, he was doing what, you know, he just said, like, oh, you have to match the tempo and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, this is so difficult. And I was like, I don't want to go on anymore. You know, like, I think I was like, whatever. But something about it was still interesting. And then it wasn't until I heard him scratch. And then I was like, yo, what did you do right there? You know, I was like, I want my own turntables now. You know, it was the scratching part of it. It was just, you know, it was just like my instrument, my way of expressing myself, my way of creating and being a true creator and just expressing myself. I think it started from that, and I didn't really know about the battle scene at all until I met you guys, you know, Jovie and Cal and the whole crew, man. Like, You know, it's so interesting how it happened, because the way that I met Jovie and his crew was that I had bought turntables from this one. He was sort of like a house DJ at where I work.
DJ Flux.
That's your boy. And he regrets it till this day. You know, he wants his MK5s back. He asked, after I bought them, he asked for them back, and I was like, no way, like these are mine, you know, like, and he wasn't utilizing them the way we do. So I just knew I found a good pair. They weren't really like used. And then after that, I think what happened when I met up with him, LC was there, DJ LC, one of our homies. I don't remember, like I have to ask him, but I had left my laptop somewhere. And DJ Flux is the one that connected me to DJ LC, and he's like, yo, don't worry, LC's gonna bring you your laptop. I can't make it that day, whatever. And then, you know, LC brought it to me, God bless, because I was like, I can't believe, I was so excited about the turntables. I didn't even think about, you know, I left my laptop. That's like how much I was into it. And then I met you guys. You know, LC introduced me to like DJ Cal, who's one of, you know, we used to call him Yoda, still do. So shout out DJ Cal, who actually like took me to a, you know, mentally to a different level, because he opened up the world of like one-click flares for me. You know, people I was around weren't doing that, you know, and he was just more advanced, and I was like, how do you do that? How do you do that? And he didn't have a way of training. He would just be like, you do it like this. And he kind of told me, and in that way, he kind of told me like, just listen for it. This is how you do it. And then I started going to the, you know, he mentioned the DMCs to me. He's like, yo, we gotta go, you know, we gotta go to the DMCs. At least this is when regionals were happening still. So I remember going to like Hamilton regionals and stuff and seeing Vect for the first time. Killed everyone. But, you know, but shout out DJ Juice too. He did his thing. So seeing those guys on stage, I just remembered DJ Juice. And I think Vect was there for that regional. Like I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to be like that. And it was like, it just felt like a dream. It felt so far-fetched because I was so new, you know? And then I think what happened is I just kept like, I didn't really think, you know, for me, it seemed so impossible, but I just loved it so much. I just kept practicing. I kept practicing. And then I knew at one point I was going to enter. And I did. I don't think people know this, but my first competition was the 2016 Skratch battle for the Canadian. It was for the DMC Canada, but in 2016. And it was I'm pretty sure it was like at a hotel. Do you remember that, Jovie?
It was at the hotel down in
it was at the
Mississauga.
It was at the CDJ show.
Yeah.
So they had, I didn't know anything about anything, you know. I didn't even know how to structure a routine, a Skratch routine, how to structure it like in any way, in any sense. But I did it because I was like, I'm just gonna enter and break the ice, just to get over the fear. And I was terrified. And I remember the DJ before me, they were hamster style. But at that point I was not experienced, so I didn't even check for it. I was so nervous, you know. And I went on, and the crossfader was hamster style, and so I started and I had no sound, and I was like, shit. And then I just freestyled the whole way through. But
damn, that could rattle you. I mean, that would rattle anyone too, you know.
Because you know, you're building up to this moment, and like that's how it happens. Like, you know, you just gotta go in whether you're scared or not. I was scared. Whoever says they're not they're lying, bro. Because even like I even asked like Dopey, I'm like, you know, you get butterflies? He's like, of course. You know, like a minute before stage type thing. So he's like, it just means that you care. I'm like, all right. There's two local competitions I did before I started entering the DMCs, Goldies, and Red Bull, and one of them was Wild Cuts, which is insane, you know. And and I entered on a portable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think I still have that video on my YouTube, but
Which portable
Again.
was it, T?
it was a Vestax.
Oh, the Skratch Master.
Yeah,
No, the handy
no.
tracks.
Handy tracks. Scratch Master's
yeah, the handy tracks, the best
yeah,
one.
It's at Cal's house. It's at Cal's house.
It is, right? He still has
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It's still there.
Damn, he's gonna hold it until I give back his turntables. So
Wait, he sold it to you though, right?
he sold me
it to
them,
you.
yeah.
Shit.
But I didn't sell the portable to him. That's a borrow
Yeah.
thing. So
It's his hostage then.
so that
Yeah,
was
the
the
hostage.
that was the first one, and that was a scratcher competition.
Right.
That's insane. And there's one more, and it was the Kame Classic, which was hosted by DJ Spell. You guys know DJ Spell's from New Zealand.
Right. I know who Spell is. Wait, what
So
was the
he-
battle called?
What's it called?
The Kame Classic. Kame, something like that. And I
Okay.
remember there was some real heavy hitters in that. And again, I just wanted to enter. So I always had sort of this competitive thing to me, not just in music, but you're part of my early journey, which is super cool, man. Shout out
That's what's up.
Scratcher.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. Fuck,
Wild
I
cuz.
gotta watch it
Bring it
on,
back.
on the
Yeah.
handy tracks too, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta see that, man.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go back and I'll send you guys the video. That was a long
If you
time
can, yeah,
ago.
that'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up in the pod for sure.
Goodness. And then I think from there, the 6-minute classic was always the back of my mind. How can I be that good? How? So then that's when I did Red Bull freestyle to break the ice in terms of like stage performance and experience.
Mm-hmm.
So then I placed 3rd in Canada for that. And then I was like, okay, I'm seeing some motion. Let's just maybe I can do this. Everything was for the DMC 6-minute classic. Like that's the only thing I cared about.
That's crazy.
And then so I only
Usually-
did it. Yeah.
Sorry, usually other people would just go from, they use the DMCs as like the stepping stool going into Red Bull, but you did the opposite. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean party rocking, like I do it as a DJ on a regular basis, and there's a lot of skills that it's a different skill set, but it's still a skill set, and I do appreciate the fact that I was able to do that with Red Bull since it's no longer around for the DJs. Like it was an important time for me in my journey, and it was such a good experience too to do. It was in Vancouver, so
that's
it was
right.
So it was,
I remember
it
coming
was
out to
such a
see you.
good time.
Killed it.
Yeah, flip out. I again so new and like just trying to learn it on my own and just experience it myself and the whole process and just trying to figure it out. Again, it's a lot of pressure, not only like from myself but just around me. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I remember for Goldie Awards, we had to submit online on IG and hashtag that you're submitting. And I think I did it like right before the deadline. I was like, I don't want anybody to know that I'm applying for this. And I don't want to, I just want to I want to do it last minute. And I used a routine that I've never used it in any competition, but it sort of went viral for me. It was my down bad routine. People just loved it. So I was like, I'm just going to use that as my 1 minute. And then I got selected and I was like, yo, let's go to New York. So that was the Goldie Awards 2019. And then obviously we know what happened 2020 to the world, pandemic. And then the 2021, I was like, so during that time I was doing a lot of audio engineering because obviously I couldn't DJ, right? But still thinking about DMC, the classic is just, I was like, I want to do it because I want to learn the skills. That's the main reason. I want to be able, to be good at the classic, you have to scratch at a high level. You have to be able to beat juggle. Those are the things I wanted to do. Though that's the main reason. I wanted to be able to do those things. And when you compete, it's the catalyst for learning those things, and you're really grinding and you're really focused and you're hungry for knowledge and you know, you're curious about everything. Just like you'll ask anybody for, like if they've competed in DMCs, whether they win or not. Like I was asking people, like everybody. Like
You know what, T? Something about you is that I admire is that you did seek for help and guidance through a lot of people down the road. Like with me, Cal,
Yeah.
LC, we pushed you into the directions of people that knew more than us. And throughout your journey that you're still going through right now, you're still meeting a lot of people. So my question for you right now is, what's the greatest advice someone has given you from all the mentors that you have met? Like it was me, Cal, you're moving up to like Skratch Bastard now. Vect is someone that gives you some mentorship. Like
Yeah.
who in your opinion has given you the best mentorship and why?
Man, it's hard to single out anybody. There's one quote that sticks in my head and it just lives there, and I'll tell you what it is and who said it to me. Everyone that I've, you know, seeked out and asked for help in any way, it doesn't even matter if it's like we talk for 2 minutes and you gave me that sort of help for 2 minutes and 2 minutes of your time. You know, I wanted to learn, and people, you know, people knew that, and they could tell. It's like, it's easy to spot a fake, but it's, you know, it's so people are gonna, and it's easy to spot someone who's real. So I was like, I want to know. You know, so like I said, everyone, like Vect has helped me a lot in my journey. Like DJ Cal, you know, he's reviewed a lot of my stuff, and I always ask for feedback. Because even though he has not competed, it doesn't matter to me, because he has really good taste and he knows what's good. He knows, so I always valued his feedback. And shout out D-Skratch, man, shout out D-Skratch. He's not only did he provide, you know, like technical help in terms of like just being funky, he was there as like moral support. You know, I'd be like, yo, I don't know, like, how did you navigate this when you were competing? I just hit him at random times with philosophical questions, and he was always there for me. And I remember at the end of the day and at the beginning of the day, one thing that he said, one thing that D-Skratch said that always stuck with me was, care the most, but give the least. And that stuck with me. You know, so I hope that one gets clipped up, because, you know, sorry for the profanity, but it just lives in my head, because it's like, you have to care to do this. You have to care. But when you're on stage, you know, it's like, you have to not care. You have to let it go. You know, you have to just realize that everything you put into it is coming out in that moment, but you're still loved. It's like what Kobe says, like, you're going to be loved whether or not you win or not. You know, just try again the next day. So it's like, care, of course you care, because you're competing, but don't let this, you know, bog you down if you don't get the, you know, the result. And you know, it's true, because yeah, you know, winning shows you that hard work works. That's what winning shows you. So that's what I learned from it. But my favorite thing after winning, when I look back, was actually the journey. That's not a cliche, it's a real thing, you know, because you spend so much time and so much hours and focus on this one thing, and then when you win, you're like, yo, now what? You know? So it's like yeah, the journey's the beautiful thing. It's like waking up every day and knowing what you have to do, and you're working every day towards that goal.
So you're the first ever woman to win 3 consecutive DMCs for Canada, and you're the only woman.
No, for the world.
For the world, yeah, and then the world. Dope. And you're the only woman in history to do that. When did it click that you were actually making history, or did it even click to you?
It's so weird, you know. It's so strange, because when you're doing what you love and you're accomplishing these things, you're thinking of it as, because I operate at a high standard. or that people see it as a high standard, but that's actually my baseline. So winning is my baseline. Like I have to achieve my goals. So that when I'm thinking like, oh, this is my baseline, you're thinking like, oh, everybody thinks like this. And it's like, no, they don't. You know, people are not you. They're not thinking like this. But because of my baseline, and I sit with myself every day, and that's my norm. That's my baseline is, you know, greatness. It's hard to step outside of it and be like, yo, this is kind of fire. Like, I got a back-to-back, and I'm going for a 3. You know, a 3-peat. A back-to-back has never been achieved by a female either. So that one was fun too. Like, I was like, I really enjoyed the back-to-back. Each one meant a lot, but each one was really, it got progressively more difficult. Like, defending is really hard. You know, it's really hard to defend. But I never, you know, I think for me, I was like, that's dope. But I never thought of it like I didn't put so much value on the fact that history was made. I just, for me, like I said, that was like, if it happened, I thought it was cool. If it didn't, I was gonna keep going at it. But people were really happy to see it. So seeing like people happy about it, I was like, this is kind of dope, you know. To inspire people is what made me happy. You know, that was. So it didn't at first. It didn't really click, and then until people start talking about it and telling you like, yo, this is so dope, or people, you know, like Jovie, who've been there super early in my journey, you know, saying like, yo, I've seen it from the ground up type thing. So, you know, outside looking in is always a little bit different.
Is there a routine that you do to do that? Like, I'm saying, like, confidence level is out the roof with you, bro. Like, it's so high. It's like, if anyone's listening saying, fuck, like, I could do this, like, what do you do? Is it something you manifest? Is it something you drink? Routine? Get like, what's up? Like, you're like, I don't know anyone so driven like this. It's crazy.
You got a vision board? Like, you have a vision board?
Yeah, vision board.
I do. I'm looking
Pinterest
at it.
And shit.
Actually, it's right here. I do have a vision. I have a few things, but I think like I said, I've always just achieved, but not just in music. You know, like when I was in school, I had really good grades. When you know, I actually wanted to go into art school because I had the highest grade in the entire school. I can draw, so that's actually like, I'm a creative at heart. I'm just a creative. I'm a creator, and I don't know, like whatever I do, it has to be the best. Like I cannot go into something 50%. I think that's what it is. Like I cannot do something halfway.
Damn.
It's just the way that I am. Like I can't put something out and be like, knowing that I didn't give it 100 or more. You know, so it's just like, yeah, it's just a standard that I operate at. Like everything, you know, and I actually really care about my craft. I really care about the art. So, you know, where does it come from? A lot of things, like maybe it's the way I grew up. Maybe it's just like the expectations I have of myself. You know, but definitely like, it's not like I'm this positive, fake posy person. You know, it's just, I'm just real. Like you're gonna go through the ups, you're gonna go through the downs, but my bounce back game is elite. Like you can't, there's stuff that I went throughout like the 3 years of the championships that I haven't spoken about, and you know, it was a really tough time. And I was like, I don't even know how I don't know how I was able to block out like personal stuff in my life, and you know, I had to, there's a certain point where I was like, okay, you got it. I was like, this one year, the very last year I won, I had to compartmentalize a situation that happened, and I got to work. I was like, there's no way I'm not gonna defend. You know, like, there's no way. All this entire year I put in the work. So I compartmentalized, but I told myself, I'm gonna address this after. You know, I'm gonna address these whatever these feelings or these issues after. And I did, but maybe, you know, like I could have spent more time with it, but it worked. So it's just like knowing yourself. I think you have to know, like, what works for me is definitely not going to work for someone. But my routine was like, just when I'm in a creative state, my mind has to be open, and I'll do anything to achieve that. You know, like the gym helps a lot. Eating well helps. Not being around the wrong people. You know, I'm really very strict with that, actually.
100.
So speaking on your self-care, so you've just come back from Asia. You hosted DMCs. Before that, you were on battle mode. What is your routine? Do you take a break? And what are you doing during that break to take care of yourself?
I don't really take breaks, and that's the issue. You know, so now I'm sort of seeing, like, now that's where I go back to that drawing board, and I'm like, you know what? You have to rest in order to be efficient. You have to rest. Like I have to tell myself this. So there's, you know, certain days I'll be like, you know, don't feel guilty if you're not productive, or, you know, like, you're supposed to rest. You're
That's
not
pretty
a
tough
robot.
to deal with sometimes, though.
Yeah, it's difficult,
Yeah,
especially when you're a hustler. You know, like like when I was younger, 15, 16, 17, I always had between like 2 to 4 jobs at all times. Like I was just have that hustler mentality. So it's just like to like step back from that and telling yourself I have to rest was very difficult. And you know, your body does give out. There is in 2022, I'm pretty sure I strained, like, from over practicing, I strained a tendon. And I had to, like, I was kind of practicing injured, and then I went and got work on it, but they're like, you can't practice right now because your muscle's exhausted and you're not going to be able to compete if you continue. So I was forced to stop. And then that happened again in 2024, except right before it happened, I stopped and I was like, I know this feeling. And then I was devastated because I was a few weeks out from nationals. So I was like, damn it, I'm burnt out. Like my mind's on 1,000, but you know, your body's going to give out. I wasn't listening to like my body. You have to rest. You have to take breaks, you know? So then I was forced to take a break in 2024, but like I said, I was like super worried because I was a few weeks out. I felt like, you know, an injury coming in my arm again, the same issue. And I got work done on it, you know, in person. And then I even hired a doctor from the States who deals with specific issues. Like I did a self-diagnosis. I'm like, I know what it is, I emailed the doctor and he deals strictly with rock climbers.
Oh shit.
But
okay.
Then, so if you think about rock climbers, and you know, I didn't realize there's such a high injury rate because of the pressure that they're putting on their fingertips.
For sure.
So now when I was doing like some of the fast beat juggles, I was like, oh, I'm putting pressure on my fingertips. And then when I talked to him, he's like, this is the first DJ I've ever worked with. And then we did a diagnosis over, you know, virtually. And he helped come up with a rehab plan for my arm, and it worked. But I couldn't be on it for a while.
Damn, DJs are
I had to
really
ice it, I had to
athletes.
rest.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
and
makes
I had
sense,
to.
though.
I hit up my and I was like, if I don't rest, I won't be able to compete. If I don't rest, I won't be able to. It was such a tough time to have to deal with that. And then so this is all behind the scenes. And then I even, you know, I was like, I don't even care how much I'm gonna spend to help rehab my arm. I remember messaging my mom. I was like, those Japanese things you had, like she has like these Japanese things you put on your arm, and they sort of like icy hot, but it's like a million times better because it's straight from Japan. Like I don't know
shit.
where she has these links,
Yo,
Tiger
like,
Bob and shit.
and
Maybe.
it works. So I
Salumpas?
I'd literally have those on. What'd you say?
Icy patch and shit.
Yeah, it was like, but it was not like the North American one. Some other stuff in there. I was like, I need like 50
Damn.
of those. She kept-
some illegal shit from in North America.
Yo.
Shout out to that illegal shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shouts out.
So, as I was using that, wrapping my arm, taping my arm, I was just like, okay. And then
Yeah.
I was able to, rest it enough to get a good take for my my nationals, and I gave it all, and I remember I
Yeah.
gave it all. I gave every drop, of tears and sweat and blood. Like literally, I remember the day of the submission, the deadline. I was talking to Skratch, and I was like, I don't know, like there's a few hours left. He's like, just keep going until the very, like, you go until the end, like keep
Right.
taking takes. In fact, said the
Okay,
same thing,
wait,
keep
wait.
taking
Wait a
takes.
second.
And I was like,
Is there one routine, like battle? It could be a routine or around your battle career that you're personally most proud of. I mean, you've been putting work in where you're like literally damaging yourself to get this done.
yo, that's the way it goes. Yo, you know what? There's two. So my last routine, the 2024, that's where I wanted to be in 2022, but you can't really say like, oh, that's where I want to be, because I had to build up to that. But the 2024 routine, I was happy with it because I got to showcase like my style. I didn't have to do a style that's not me. There's a lot of hip hop samples. There's a lot of hip hop tracks that I made sure nobody's flipped the beats that I flipped. For example, I did the Good Times by Styles P. So I asked around like a bunch of DJs, even I asked Baston, I'm like, yo, did you ever use this beat in the Scribble Jam? He's like, no, I used I think he said like a Dipset beat that was maybe familiar. And nobody uses Styles P, and I was like, I can't believe no one's used it. So I beat juggled that. People rocked with it. And then I beat juggled Bitch Please Part 2 on Eminem's album. And Eminem's my favorite artist. So I was so happy that I was able to make two beat juggle routines that are different from one another, that were just really cool to me, and I have fun making them. I feel like, my skill set, like all the skills that I wanted to encompass and, translate into my sets, it felt like finally it happened in 2024. And then in 2023, I did a beat juggle using slicer mode on the S9. So that beat juggle was super cool to me. It was very innovative. I hadn't seen anybody do a proper. I don't think I can name anybody that's done a slicer beat juggle routine. And I was like, okay, so that one was like one of my favorites too. Those two for sure. I would have to say those are my favorite, like the 2024 set and that beat juggle in 2023. Yeah, for sure.
How did you come across like the whole like slicer effect? Like you just like random you heard it from somebody else, or I've never heard of that actually.
No, I never heard of it, and I always wondered what it was. I was like, what the heck? What is this? I never used that mode ever in life, and I remember when I was talking to Vec, the only thing he would tell me was, he's like, try and think of ways you can be innovative. That's stuck. I'm thinking like, what can I use on the hardware that that I can use to make my routines innovative. I'm thinking, I'm brainstorming, I'm trying to MIDI map certain things. There's certain things that have been done before. Like people have MIDI mapped the high pass, the low pass filter knob to do certain things, and it's been done before. So I was like, I have to think I really have to think outside the box, you know? So I just started experimenting, and on the S9, the slicer mode is actually different than the way that they have it on the S11. So on the S11, it's a slicer loop. So it's a little bit different, and I even messaged Pioneer, and I was like, can you code it back to the S9 slicer? And they're like, to be honest, nobody uses the slicer, you know. But I even messaged the guy that does the coding, you know. So I'm going to ends to find information, and I'm like, yeah. So I think hopefully they do it, because I did give the feedback, like I can still do that slicer routine on the S11. It's just different parts of the beat get caught, and it's not the sections that I want. So I had to like work around it, and that's why I wanted the original slicer mode from the S9. I'd have to show you guys in person, or I might just post it. But yeah,
we're gonna go into your practice routines and shit like that, okay?
Okay.
Back in the day, you used to work at the University of Toronto as one of the featured DJs there for the radio station.
Yes.
You called us once because you're bored to hell, and you're like, yo, what should I play? Name anything. I went to my record selection and just pulled out any random record because I want to see if you had it in your arsenal. I pulled out a Houdini record. And I said, yo, play Houdini. And yo, you started playing Houdini, saying like, yo, this is my favorite track, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just pulled out something random. I was kind of impressed. I was like, yo, this girl knows her shit. But when you're practicing, how do you decide what music to choose, what beats to choose, what to bring back to the lab and start working on? Because you have a crazy like assortment and arsenal that like you just know what's good. So how do you minimize that into like, okay, I'm going to use this for my routine?
That's a really good question, because I have a process. So like I said, I always want to maintain my style, which is not hard to do, because for me, it's hard to try. Like I've never tried to be someone else or someone else's style, because it just doesn't feel like me. So that's never what I want to do. Like being myself is easy. Like I just have to go and do what I like. So naturally, I always gravitate to like really dope beats and like hip hop style stuff. And when it comes to like, I'm always collecting throughout the year. So during my during the competitions, what I'm doing is, if I make the decision that I'm going to compete, then let's say like January 1st, calendar's turn, I have a switch in my mind. I'm like, okay, everything that I listen to has to be from a battle standpoint now. I'm not going to listen as a DJ in the clubs. I'm not going to listen as an engineer. I'm not going to listen as a fan. Sadly, that's my favorite thing. But I had to listen with a battle ear. So what that means is that when I play something, or let's say something goes on shuffle on Spotify, I'm listening for anything and everything, like any battle sample. Like if someone's talking, you know, and I'm like, oh, I like the way he said that, like he's dissing this man, I'm gonna document that, and I'm gonna chop up the sample, you know. So I would always, throughout the year, I would literally have folders for instrumentals that I could use potentially as scratch beats, as my scratch routine beats. And then I'd also be listening for, and the way that transpires is, let's say, I'll give you an example that exactly how it happened. I was at the gym, and I'm trying to develop the last sort of piece to my 2024 routine, and I'm like, why can't I find a beat that like, you know, like when a beat goes on, I could hear myself scratching, and I already know what cuts I want to do over it. So as soon as you hear a beat, you're like, I hear it. I hear the cuts. I hear the cuts I can do on it, and I know what I can do on this beat. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna not force it, and whatever comes on shuffle, I just keep listening. And then Headlines by Drake went on, and I was like, yo, I hear it. I already knew. I knew right away. I was like, this is the beat. And that's what I did. I used that as the closer on my 2024 set. And on top of that, like I said, innovation, you're always supposed to, I'm thinking like, how can I be innovative? I found a remix of that beat for the second half of the last routine.
Oh,
So there's like 2 parts to that last routine.
Nice.
And I couldn't find, I tried to rip it and it sounded terrible. So I DM'd the original producer, and he's from Montreal. I was like, hey, really love this beat. I'm looking to pay for it. Let me know. I don't see it on your Bandcamp, but I really want to use it for my routine. I'm competing. And shout out to him. He gave me a bunch of his beats. He not only gave me that beat, he gave me like 20 other beats.
What?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, and I was like, this is fire. So like scratch beats, I can sort of hear it. But the thing is, you never know. You never know until you try it. I want to say that. Everything sounds good in theory. And that goes with anything. But with music, it's like you have this grand idea. You're like, this will be fire. And then you try it, you're like, this is not fire. This is trash, yo. Like I have to, you just have to keep throwing darts. It's like that, right? But you have to document all the stuff you want. With beat juggle beats, it was really challenging because, like I said, beat juggling is a new skill set for me. So the way that I'm thinking about like how I want to flip a beat, it's very difficult because I'm way more experienced as a scratch DJ. So now when I'm thinking about like, how can I flip this beat? When it comes to beat juggling, actually experimenting is the most important thing. So again, I would document beats that I want to flip, that are my style, that I could tell a story with, that, that could fit in, not only be a dope routine, but that could fit within the 6 minutes and still make sense. So there's, fit within the composition, because you can have a really dope beat juggle and it makes 0 sense in the context of your 6 minutes. And that actually happened with one of my routines. I had a beat juggle. I'm like, this is it. This one's fire. I'm going to put it in my routine. It was my Jay-Z Where I'm From beat juggle. And then, I developed the routine and I had like few ears on it, give me feedback, what do you think? And when I ask for feedback, it's always like, what do you think? It's not do the work for me. It's never like that. It's more of like a coach. It's like, I'm a boxer. That's how I see the sport of competing as a DJ. I'm a boxer. I have my corner and I'm gonna ask them for guidance. And I have to do the work. They're not going to do the work for me. You think they're going to, they're not going to do the push-ups and the crunches for me. I have to do that. So I remember I asked for feedback, and I remember asking Vec to, listen to it. What do you think? I'm thinking about putting my routine. This guy goes, that ain't it. And I was like, no. He's like, it's cool, but it's not like, defending champ national type beat juggle. And I was like, oh frig, I gotta go back to the drawing board again, dude. No, it's just to hear. But I appreciate him. He was always real, and he pushes you to way past your limits.
Like, real friends check friends, and that's key.
So he was like, nah. Just like there wasn't even there's no gray area. It was black or white. It was like, no, it was very, just very straightforward. And obviously I'm going to listen to a 7-time world champ. I just kept telling myself he would never say this, if he didn't truly care about where you're at. So I had to go back to the drawing board. So there's a lot of that. And like I said, just throughout the months, always thinking of, how can I use this? Like, can I use this? Just collecting samples, because you don't know how you're going to arrange it and unlock your combination. But just collecting material is very important, because you can't do that stuff last minute. You can't. You
Like, I
can't go
mean-
digging for samples. Like, you don't want to use fresh. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like that's we're not in 1982. You know, like you want to use stuff that someone hasn't used. To shout out the 80s DJs because they
For sure.
are the pioneers. But you don't. You know, we want to take it to a certain level, and you want to show the judges that you actually did your homework. You're digging for cool samples and, you know, in stuff that hasn't been used before. So, you know, fresh ears. You just want to, you don't want to listen to something that's been used before.
For sure. I
You
mean,
don't.
beat juggling, learning how to beat juggle, learning how to scratch, that's a skill set. But like piecing
Yeah.
and composing a whole freaking routine, that's another beast of its own. T,
Yeah.
like our listeners are always like reaching out to us like about how do you get like inspiration, how do you like get creative, you know, how do you get away from that creative block? And this is like a question we always ask our guests is that like you're like go, right? So I mean, a lot of DJs struggle with burnouts and with their skills, but what are your go-to strategies when you feel stuck technically or creatively? Like I know you do fitness. Do you do like, is it sleep? Is it journaling? Is it faith? Or what do you do when you're stuck?
She plays soccer too, man.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
the
I
hell?
used to. Yeah, I used to actually. The reason why I'm a DJ is because I got injured in soccer. So
Oh,
I
shit.
was like, yeah, I actually wanted to do, you know, I wanted to go play high level soccer. I wanted to go pro. Like that's what I wanted. But I got
mean,
injured.
No offense, but you do look like a soccer girl. Like you're fit, everything.
Yo,
Like,
here's a
damn.
fact, guys. She played for an in-house Toyota team
Let's go.
for soccer, bro.
Oh, with the guys?
Yeah, man. I was on your team.
Yo, it was, you know how scary it was to
Wait. You were on Jovie's team?
Jovie, you
Yeah,
were she was carrying you, probably.
Bro,
Yeah. So T, like, is Jovie good at soccer? Wait.
She
For a
doesn't even remember
basketball
that you
player-
played soccer, fool.
Yo, wait, for a basketball player, I think. Wait, let her answer.
That's how invisible you were to the team.
No,
like,
wait,
she didn't even
wait.
know that
First
you were
of all,
playing on her
hold on,
team.
hold on.
I want to hear. I want to hear what
Wait,
you
yeah,
think.
let her speak. Let her speak.
Yo, I don't remember.
There you go.
I just remember I wanted to play indoor, and it might have been O'Niz, you know, LC's boy. He's like, yo, we have a league. It's co-ed. I show up. I'm the only girl. How is this co-ed? That you got someone lied to me.
Yeah,
it was
you were
like,
the only girl.
it was
you were the
it
only
was
girl.
so tough, and
That's
they
why you
didn't-
don't remember me, T. That's why. Because everyone else is dudes. You only remember me if I was the goalie.
it was tough.
Oh, fuck,
I
was it
don't
the
remember-
goalie? No, that was.
What? Yo, I was
Man, you don't
terrified.
even
How could
remember
I
what you were-
retain memory? I
remember
was
anymore.
scared. It was, yeah, playing
Way
on an
back.
all men's team was crazy. I was like, why am I here? You know? And
Damn.
they're like, oh, it's fine. And I'm like, they're not treating me like a girl, guys. So, yeah, I got injured. I didn't get injured there. I got injured when I was at U of T playing.
wow.
But you know, that opened up the blessing for DJing, and I was able to focus on rehabbing my knee, and at the same time, like, just that's when my world of DJing actually opened up, is when that chapter of soccer closed. So I'm not bad at it, but I do, that was my first love, is soccer.
Yeah.
So, you know, what a good time.
That's what's up.
Oh, the question, yeah, to circle back on, here's the thing. I don't believe in writer's block.
Mm.
Okay? And what I mean by that is that we are always creative. We are always able to create. And the reason that we feel like those times that we can't is because mentally there's something going on. It could be anything. It could be like you're in a relationship and, you know, you're going through it with someone. It could be like, yeah, you're dealing with a tough time, like an injury or something personal, or
Right.
you got let go from you. It's always something like, it's always like a circumstance. It's not like, so I always try and go to the root. Like, why can't I get into a flow state right now? Why? I always have to figure, it's not like to say I have writer's block. That's just a crutch. Like, no, you have to figure out, we are creative. There's just, like, you have to figure out how to navigate it. A lot of people would just sit on not creating and not actually figure out why. It could be, like I said, it could be the person that's sleeping next to you at night. You're not supposed to be with them. That could be it. That could that people just don't want to be real with themselves. Like, they just want to live a lie. And it's like, this person is adding stress and not adding blessings to your life. So just being real with why. So whenever I'm not in a flow state, I'm like, I already know why. I have to open up my mind, so you have to do those things that gets you in a constant state of creativity. And like I said, like, what works for me is not gonna work for everyone, but I always try and go, like, the healthy route. So, like, drinking lots of water, eating really healthy, working out, not letting people stress you, because the main thing in life that cause illness is stress. So just that's the hardest one to navigate, is
100.
putting those boundaries. It's tough, but you just gotta choose yourself first.
Hey, T, talking about creativity, we're going to go to another question that we usually ask our guests. So, opposed to DJ Flux's MK5s that he sold you, or your boy Barry Booth from System Music Warehouse's
Barry Booth, that's my guy.
Flight cases that he sold you for your Techniques 1200s?
Yes.
What is your favorite piece of gear in your studio?
What will you save in a fire?
What will you save in a fire? Go ahead, show us.
If I could carry it all? Damn.
Besides your VCI 300, let's go.
Oh my god, I still have that.
You still have it, eh?
Yeah.
Yo,
I don't sell my gear. I only sold one piece of gear, and I'm still upset. I sold the 56 for 56.
Yeah, you sold it to that dude that said that he was gonna win DMC next.
Who?
And it was at my place. You went at my place. Don't remember that dude?
And where's that dude now?
I don't
There's a
know.
lot of stuff that got pushed out of my memory. It's wild.
Yeah, you
I'll
did
tell
have
you-
56. Yeah.
My
Okay.
current setup, I love it. S11, I love my S11. I do.
Well,
It's my baby. And honestly, ever since I've got the Cross 12s, I haven't really used anything. I still have all my other turntables, like Techniques, and I have Vestax turntables as well.
nice.
I have a few Vestax mixers, but the thing that I use religiously is the S11. It is. So that's definitely one of my favorite pieces of equipment.
Cal wants the PDX back, by the way.
He does?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, it's too bad, and I knew that was gonna happen. So Flux wants MK5s, Cal wants the Vestax turntables. So everybody's everyone's backpedaling on their. I'm over here just purchasing, y'all. 'Cause I'm like,
They
that's a
slept.
good
They
deal.
slept. No.
No, but she buys them at such a cheap deal. Like Flux
Does
sold
she?
you those turntables for so cheap, man.
I don't think they were cheap. They were
For MK5s?
1400 for both.
MK5s, and they're immaculate. I don't even think he's ever scratched on them.
No, because he can't.
Ooh.
No,
Okay. Edit out or no? Keep in or no? It's up to you.
what did you say?
Keep it.
Keep it.
No, you can keep it because it's true. I'm not. If someone's
Called out.
like, yo,
All right.
if someone's like, yo, can this person draw? Yes or no? No, they
Right.
can't. Like, this person cannot scratch. You can keep
And he's
it.
been
I
doing it
don't-
longer than any of us, too, to be real.
Yo, he has. He's put in
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
And again, everyone has their own lane. Like
Right.
he wasn't
Right,
meant to
right.
do what I'm meant to do. What I do is even with Jovie, like when you move Jovie, like you found your tribe and you found just like a family where you're scratching and learning. And then he came back to Toronto. He's showing us all these scratches. We're like, dude, what happened to you? What are you drinking out there?
Bro, I met Skratcher, man.
Yeah,
Met my brothers,
so that's
bro. Met my brothers,
everyone
man.
has their own journey, but
Right.
I am grateful for the fact that he had those turntables available because it actually ignited my entire career.
You want to hear a story? Just a funny story when you picked up those turntables and you left your laptop behind?
Yeah.
Did you know that Flux wanted to go through your music?
Oh.
But LC said, no, let's not do that because your music is your soul. Let's not touch it. So he actually picked up the laptop, brought it to you.
Matter
And
of
that's what's
fact,
up.
double down on that he don't scratch clip. Put it.
Yo, that's real talk though.
Yo, you could take me out the battle. You know what I mean?
Yo.
But
Yeah, okay.
To even say that out loud though, hey, I want to look through this person's library.
Damn.
Like, golly, that's
Yeah.
nah, man.
that's who shicey. That's
right. That's
Yo,
code. You got,
But
yeah.
those MK5s are universe sent to you.
oh, they are, and it's not like it's, everyone has the black MK2s. These ones were MK5s and they were like champagne colored. They're not even silver.
Damn.
They're real. A lot of people don't have these ones, so it was just like perfect timing.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was perfect timing. I got blessed, and
Yeah.
I was ready. Like, at that time, it's expensive for someone that's paying their own tuition, and my parents are looking at me like, don't you have tuition to pay? And I'm buying turntables and mixers and like, I was like, yeah, it's not like I'm buying crack, like I'm buying turntables. So this is a very healthy thing to be spending on. So
100.
I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing everything right. But that's interesting, I would want to go through my music too because I have so much.
Right.
You do.
So from like, from being on the stage as a battle DJ, moving on to being on the stage as a host at the Worlds this year, how was that like?
It was different. I'll tell you, the pressure level was totally, there's no, competing is the highest pressure you could put yourself through. So that's why I did it. If you can compete at the highest level under the highest pressure with like, a crowd watching in front of you around the world virtually, in front of the hosts and world-class judges, I was like, I can DJ anywhere if I'm able to do this. So hosting is just, it was a different role. It feels different. It is different. I was like, it does make me miss competing because I only know DMC as a competitor. And then when they asked me to be a host, I was like, of course, I'd love to continue to contribute in a different way. But it is, I do miss it. You do miss it. And that's just what it is. Like, I'm a battle DJ at heart.
I bet you had adrenaline coming like when you're just watching these guys battle, right? Like you were like, oh,
Yeah,
I wish I was on this.
It was so exciting, like especially the Supremacy. I don't know if you guys were able to catch it, but the Supremacy was super hype. It was so energetic. It was really dope. It was competitive. It was everything you want in a battle, just like the head to head. And the Skratch battle was really, really good too. And of course the classic is just the classic. Like everyone just showcases and puts on for their country. It was a really good DMC this year. Yeah.
I mean, shouts out to like, was it Japan that won the 6-minute routine?
Yeah, shout out DJ Fumi. Let's go.
Yeah, but also shout out to your skirt for winning the hearts of a lot of people watching. I mean, yeah, shouts out.
The true winner, right?
Come on, man.
Yeah, that was the true winner.
T, honestly, man, like let's address that big elephant in the room. How like you are obviously competing in a male-dominated like battle, right? So how is it like dealing with like, you know, the people trying to hoot and holler? Because for
Okay,
sure,
so-
it's like,
So when I first got into the game, my goal was I'm just gonna become so good at the craft, and that's what people are gonna know me for, and
100.
that's all I care about. So I wanted to make sure that I'm in it for the right reasons, and the reasons that I want to be in it for, which is I want to be an amazing DJ. I want to compete. You know, I want the respect of my peers, and I want these people to be my peers. You know, so it's like I don't want a pass because I'm a female,
Mhm.
you know, with long hair and I wear skirts. so I don't want the pass. But once I accomplished what I accomplished, I was like, I could play to that now because there's no, you know, there's no favor because I'm doing that.
Mhm.
I can just be myself. Like, I'm a female. I take care of myself. I want to dress how I want to dress. You don't have to look, but hey, like dealing with it is just like, I don't know. As a woman not being a DJ, women deal with it. So imagine like a woman having the DJ and like you said, in a male dominated. Just you gotta expect it and learn how to manage it. That's what I'll say. You have to learn how to manage it. You know, and sort of like
best line that someone's given you. Best one. Come on. Best line.
I think
Let's
someone
hear it.
says. I think someone said something recently. Oh, man, I don't
Oh my
even
God.
check the messages anymore. It's crazy. Like,
One has to
Oh my
stick out.
God,
Give us
I
like
bet you
a
get a
nice,
lot of-
funny one, man. Let's go.
Mad DMs, I bet. Damn, that's crazy.
Let's go. Let's
I was
go.
like, damn.
you know, for the most part, people are respectful. Like I said, because I built
Okay.
the foundation.
For sure.
But what they say not to my face is a different story, and that's not for me to know. I don't know what's being said. I don't know. That's the thing. People won't come up and say crazy stuff because they know I'll be like,
Yeah.
I won't tolerate it.
Yeah.
But so I don't know, and I can't think at the top of my head. I don't even want to give someone that shine either. You know?
Yeah,
But-
right.
Yeah, thank you. Don't do that.
Okay.
Please
But-
don't. Okay. True.
Yeah.
But for real, T, you've played alongside like a lot of DJs, Skratch Bastard, Headspin, Trapment, DJ Mizel, and we got obviously like a whole bunch of other DJs. What, in your opinion, stuck with you? What experience? Obviously the DMCs were big, but I mean, like you must have like a favored event. Go for
You know,
it.
they asked me this in the DMC magazine recently, and I wrote, and I'm going to give the same answer. I wrote the 2019 Bastards Barbecue. Was anybody there?
I wasn't there, but that's the first one you did, right?
That I did, yeah. And
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
it was just so special. It was just everything. It was the down to like the weather, the people, the timing of when people came in, how the crowd reacted to my set. It was the way everything came together it was ultimate organic, and it was it was almost like a hypnosis that the people were in, you know. And they were telling me that they're like, "Yo, you had us in a state," and I'm like, I didn't mean to, but you know, I'm glad that people enjoyed it. But it was such a moment, and that's like one of my top events ever. I'll just never forget it. You had to be there. It was one of those. Shout out Skratch Bastard.
Scratch Bastard,
Shout
shout
out.
out. Yeah,
Bro.
when he does that in Toronto, I mean, it's nothing. There's nothing like that. He's
Yeah.
keeping that turntablism alive with those performances, and it's just
Yeah,
what's
and
up.
he tops, he tops it out like every year. It's like, how do you top the previous year? I was like, how's he gonna top this? When we did the Alchemist year, I was like,
Yeah.
how's he gonna top this? And then he did Primo and Ninth Wonder. He's like, yo, I'm putting you on that day. And I was like,
You got
what?
A-Track out in New York, right?
Yeah,
Easy,
that's,
bro.
man, it was just like every year it's just growing and growing, and you know, wow. It's
If you had a
incredible.
choice to collab with any DJ artist out there, who would you choose?
Yeah, this is a good question.
Who's left?
Collab in what way?
Like you could work with any DJ, you could perform with any DJ. It's all you. Who do you choose?
I feel like I already have.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so you are gonna headline like a T-Jr barbecue. Who's your starting lineup? 5 of them. Besides me.
Damn, no pressure.
Oh, no pressure.
Okay, so Trapman.
Nice.
Nice.
Shouts out Trapman.
You better repost that. So Trap. No, I love Trap.
No, yeah, for sure.
Okay, 5 DJs that I would choose on my lineup.
Yeah, this is your lineup.
Yeah, Trapman, Headspin,
Nice.
Heads.
Shouts out Heads.
Dopey.
Dopey.
Oh, that's
Dolphins.
3. Dopey / Monks. So let's do Dopey / Monks.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Okay.
Turnstiles.
Yeah.
So it's Toronto.
Bastard.
It's-
Oh yeah. And one more.
It's
I want
Toronto.
A-Track. I want A-Track too.
Okay.
Nice. Canadian.
Nice.
So
Sure.
my favorite DJs are Canadians. So I
Okay.
always say we definitely we have the best DJs. We do.
Canada has the best DJs.
Yes.
Okay. Skratch DJs. Who's the best?
Just period.
Just
Canadian as well.
It like strictly Skratch, just like the
Skratch.
wiki wikis.
Yeah, let's go Skratch.
The wikis.
Yo, just the wiki
the
wikis.
the Wookiees.
You know what? Just the wiki wikis. Like, there's too many because there's underground dudes that could dust people, and they don't even compete. Like,
That's
I
true.
saw
That's
I
true.
saw a DJ the other day, and I forget where he's from, but I've never heard of him, and he's just, his flow was crazy, his technique was crazy. I'm like, what the heck? Never heard of this person. But the underground scratchers are insane. They're insane. And there's a dude in France. I can't remember his name. France has some really dope scratch DJs. Japan, obviously. Japan, Canada. It's really, it's hard. It's hard to say. There's so much talent. Like Germany has good, really dope scratch DJs. Just you even think about like Vect. Okay, so the other week, I know he's on tour right now, but the other week he was streaming on Twitch at 8 a.m. something like that, and he wrote in the caption, practicing for 1 hour, no mic. So we're watching him practice his drills. He's practicing combos on Twitch for 1 hour straight. He has a timer, and we're watching him, and it's just, that's discipline. So, like, I don't know anybody else. He's always elevating his skills and his craft. He's not competing, but he actually just loves it. So that's inspiring, and that's why I say Canada has the best DJs. Like, he's the top guy. He's the top guy. Like, he's invented stuff. Yeah. So, but yeah, scratchers. It's hard to say who. I can't just say one. It's actually really
There's a lot,
difficult.
for sure.
Yeah, there's so many dope guys.
So Jovie's going to be part of the bill for your event, and he's going to be wearing a skirt. We'll get
Yo,
Jovie to wear a skirt.
You know what we should do? So
Yeah.
I had that lineup, but
Yeah.
you, LC, Cal, who else? Nino can be the openers.
He's in the Philippines now, but yeah.
Yeah, you
Armin
guys.
Van Nino, right?
Yeah. Who else was part of the squad?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Core. Yeah, that was core.
I need that. That's the wedding crew. That's the wedding crew. Yeah, these guys are banking. I was like,
Mobile up.
yeah,
son.
you guys were hustling.
Could
Yeah,
you touch
guys
on your merch, your design, your clothing brand? Is it?
yeah, for sure. So
touch on that.
I'm
for a
wearing
bit.
it.
Yeah, that
So
was
obviously, shout out to crop tops. That's all I wear. But my merch, I did a release a while back. for men and women. So I did tracksuits. Tracksuits was the main thing, and it came in 3 colors. So it was maroon, black, and then gray, the classic all gray. And you know, I didn't know what to expect when I first dropped it. I think it was 2021, and you know, it sold out. You know, and I was like, this is crazy. And I did an in-person one as well at a store downtown. It was such a good time just to see, you know, people are really supporting, you know, and it's on my website, djtjr.com/shop. And you know, I actually designed my logo. So I drew it. I drew the concept, I guess you could say, the prototype, and I ended up meeting an artist and a digital artist. Like, he does both, and he digitized it and he changed it up a bit and he modified it, and then I took it to another girl and she kind of enhanced it a bit. So it went through a few stages, but I liked how it was sleek, it was cursive, it was just clean. So I ended up putting it on the clothing. And yeah, so you know, I wanna continue to make drops. It's been a while, but yeah, there's stuff online that I have on my website. T-shirts for men, the tracksuits, like I said, crop tops.
You should do a
for
skirt.
women.
Do a skirt.
I'm gonna do a skirt.
A jogging skirt. Yeah.
Like a tennis skirt. This skirt thing is never. It's so funny. I almost didn't even wear that.
But the tennis skirt would be a good idea. My daughters are into the tennis skirts right now.
T, give some advice to some girls out there that are watching this and watching you and don't know where to start getting into this world. With you coming from such a great background and achieving what you have, what would you tell these girls on some advice for them to follow in your footsteps?
Some advice I have, you know, for girls and women when it comes to DJing, or if they, you know, if you want to get into it, is number one is know your why. You know, why do you want to do this? That's the number one thing I would ask, because there's been people I've trained, and you know, at face value, you know, they think that it's what they want to do, and then I've trained them and they're like, you know what, I actually don't want to do this. And some of them go into production, some of them go into a different lane. But just because you see something online and it's cool, it doesn't mean that it's easy, you know? So I would just say know your why. Why do you want to do this? If it is what you want to do, you know, figure out how. Figure out how. You got to answer these questions for yourself and actually map it out. Stay true to yourself. You know, the industry, it's a difficult industry to be in. It's a very difficult industry. The music industry is a difficult industry to be in, period. Never mind as a woman, and never mind in a male-dominated field. So you just have to make sure you have the right people around you, you know, supporting you, mentoring you, and partnering with you. You don't want to, you know, there will be ups and downs, and you will work with people and have fallouts and all these things, but just be real in your journey and what you want out of it, you know. So it's like, what do you want to do, and how can you get there? So it's just answering those questions and setting up a roadmap for yourself. And if, like I said, if it's something that you actually want to do, be prepared to do the work. It's being an entrepreneur is 24/7. It's, you know, so you're always on. Like I said, I have to force breaks for myself or force rest, but you're always on, and you're always, you know, you can't take a day off like that, you know. So you just got to be ready to work, know who you're working with, know yourself, and try your best to understand business as well, business fundamentals, because it's a journey. Like, you're constantly learning about business. And one thing for me is, I didn't expect it to turn into this. Like I said, I just wanted to create. And when I was competing, I had the most fun in my life. And it's, when you're practicing, you're not getting paid to practice. I was pushing away a lot of money so that I could practice on the weekends, for example. So just be ready to sacrifice. And you don't you don't have to compete. I keep telling people, like, it's a very niche and it's a very difficult endeavor, and it's a very specific want. You know, if that's what you want to do, put in the work, but you don't have to have the same road as me. You know, it'd be dope to see someone come in and you know, achieve the same things or greater, but I'm just saying, it could turn into something else. It could lead you to a different path. You might end up being a producer, you might end up being an engineer, you might end up not competing and maybe being in a different domain of DJing, like wedding DJs or corporate DJing. And you know, just be open-minded.
That's beautiful. Okay,
Well
if
said,
anyone wants to
well
find
said.
you on Instagram, online, buying merch, whatever, you could plug it in right now.
So my handle is the same everywhere, at Deejay T-Jr. So at DeeJayTjr. That's across IG, TikTok, Twitch. I want to mention my Twitch is every Tuesday. It's called Tea Time. Yeah, every
Let's
Tuesday,
go.
1 p.m. Eastern time. So that's the place where you're gonna catch a lot of action. It's a very fun time, uncensored, not, you know, I just say whatever I want. I play whatever I want. It's a really good time. My website, DJTJr.com, YouTube, Deejay T-Jr. Everything is consistent. So
Nice.
That's what's up.
any platform and every platform, that's where you can catch me. And that's it, you know. That's
Perfect.
it, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
on this
you.
podcast. It's been very inspirational. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
Thank you guys for having me. It's so
Alright.
fun. It flew by. Like, it feels like we
Yeah.
hung out.